NYPD, SRG have arrived and are starting to be arrested now.
They're stealing from me. I'm on Social Security and they want to up my taxes so that these assholes can get away without paying anything. And when they consume all the resources, so that's one reason why I'm here.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up.
It's Ashley Bishop with Status Coup. As you can see, John Farina and I are on the ground in New York City from the MAGA Billionaire Blockade, which is currently in front of the New York Public Library, but we are on the march right now. Protesters will be targeting a fundraiser for the Manhattan Institute for Policy Research, a conservative think tank that is responsible for the neoliberal policy that has hollowed out the working class in this country and are continuing to hold our heads underwater while they dismantle and sell off the entirety of this country for their own gain.
It's anti-Trump, it's anti-Musk, it's anti these sons of bitches who are destroying our country.
We showed up today to object to billionaire control of federal policy in the United States. Until we get the oligarchs, the billionaires, until we get the money, the obscene concentration of capital in the hands of a few out of the policy auction that the United States federal government has become, we can never create a society that serves the needs of the people, that looks out for the public welfare, and that protects this planet from the climate crisis.
So as you can see, there are already activists here blocking the entrance to the Alexander Hamilton Award dinner tonight in honor of Paul Singer.
Tax the motherfucking rich, tax the rich, tax the motherfucking rich, tax the rich.
The Manhattan Institute here is a conservative think, a far-right think tank at this point, which is responsible for the decimating of basically like policies across the United States that are meant to guarantee equal rights, equitable rights for people across the U.S. They are at this point explicitly white supremacist, white nationalist think tank, and they're celebrating themselves here in this room tonight, stuffing their faces while the Trump regime takes over and harms American working-class people. We're not going to stand for it. So we're a united group of climate and social justice groups in New York City fighting back against the Manhattan Institute and everything they represent.
Thank you so much. And for people who are not in New York City, Cipriani's is, a frequent gathering spot for the billionaire class and people of this nature. And I guess I would ask, what do you guys hope to accomplish tonight? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to take a video of this.
And we're going to hang on a second. Some attendees are trying to make it through the line of protesters into Cipriani's. So again, someone in a pink ball gown trying to break through the line of protesters to get into Cipriani's. And it looks like she was successful.
Police Department, you are unlawfully blocking the entrance to this building and obstructing pedestrian traffic. You are ordered to disperse now to permit the safe flow of pedestrian traffic. If you do so voluntarily, no charges will be placed against you. If you refuse to disperse, you will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct.
They're about to start making arrests, so as you can see on the live stream, NYPD, SRG have arrived and are starting to be arrested now. NYPD forcing people back away from the individuals who are blocking the entrance with their banner, locked arms, as they're being arrested.
Singer buys, people die. Singer buys, people die. Singer buys, people die. Singer buys, people die. People die.
All right, as you can see, NYPD has cleared out the protesters that were blocking the entrance.
If you're looking to get arrested, you can stay here, but I'm going to need this open so people can get through. That's what the barriers are here for. You got both sides you can get on, okay, guys?
Why people came out to protest tonight? Would you mind giving us an idea?
Those fucking billionaires, so you're gonna have to edit some of what I'm saying, because they're stealing from me. I'm on Social Security, and they want to up my taxes so that these assholes can get away without paying anything. And when they consume other resources, so that's one reason why I'm here. It's just they should be paying more than I pay. They can afford it, and they're, like I said, they're using up more resources than I use. So that's why I'm here.
Absolutely. That is a very good reason.
I'm very angry. These people should be ashamed of themselves for walking in front of us with this. So that's why I'm here.
I appreciate that, and I think our viewers will appreciate your anger and everything that you said. It's a good reason to be here. What are you hoping to happen tonight?
Well, it would be nice if all of us got arrested, but what do I hope happens? I'm just here to express my anger and how I disagree with what Trump's policies are, and these people are supporting him. So, although, on the side, not for the interview, I have a sister who's rich. Even
this is live. Okay.
She's against Trump, and she's very well off, and even she's against Trump. So that's he's just such a. I don't know what word.
He is uniting everyone in hatred.
Well, that's true. I go to a lot of demonstrations, and this is one of the. Usually there's 10 people, 20 people. Look at all the people here today. So been a resurgence. There's been a resurgence of people coming out on the street to express their anger and their disappointment, and hopefully, though my representatives haven't listened to me, hopefully these guys will be paying attention, that there's more people. Look at May Day. There's more people out on the street, so I don't know. I've been a long-time activist. I don't know what I hope for, really. I just have to be here to express my anger. And these people have no shame coming in front of us like this, and especially with people when I'm talking about cutting food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and these people are walking in. These people are walking in like nothing. They should be ashamed of themselves. They have no shame. So, anyway, that's why I'm here.
Absolutely. I appreciate all of that. And at the very least, we can try to be a pain in the ass. So.
Well, like make it difficult for them, and maybe they'll think twice about coming to this stuff. Why would they want to go through this hassle so they can show off their money? So that's all I have to say, ma'am. I'm just angry at what's going on in the country. Very disappointed in the country. This man is like the other separate issues, or he's shredding the Constitution. So. Let's just say I'm out here, though, because of the money he's given to billionaires who don't need it. And I won't say I'm struggling, but I certainly don't have a lot of money. So, anyway, that's okay. That's enough.
You're good. Thank you so much. Appreciate everything.
So these billionaires at the Manhattan Institute have been working for years to blow up everything that's good that working people rely on from government. To blow up our public schools, to blow up the hospitals, the Medicaid, the Medicare. They're fighting to blow up the food aid that families get when they're in need. They're fighting to take the Social Security from people who are retired or disabled and plow it into their hedge funds and private equity funds. Their goal is to take over the government and make themselves rich. It's about corruption. It's about greed, and it's about the billionaires over everyone else.
The Manhattan Institute makes the fascist talking points that divide working people against each other. They make every talking point for Fox News, every talking point for the New York Post, every talking point for the racist, bigot, fascist politicians that repeat them over and over again. They pay Chris Rufo to create hate that attacks queer people, trans kids, every kind of working people, people that want to teach history in schools.
And for people that don't know, Chris Rufo is the key architect behind the attacks on DEI and critical race theory.
Yeah, he's a fellow at the Manhattan Institute. These billionaires pay him to make those talking points and to, seed the racists all over the country to attack people. It's all coming from these people, and it's all a scheme from the billionaires to divide working people against each other.
And do you think that the Democrats in this moment are doing enough to fight against this, or are they just part of this whole thing that is not represented here tonight?
No, I think the billionaire donors are corrupting government generally, both parties. The Republicans are the ones that are neck deep, eyebrows deep, underwater in the corruption. They're fully bought into racism. I think the rising tide of regular people is going to change the entire country. I think we're going to change the Democrats, the Republicans. There's pissed off Fox News viewers, pissed off MSNBC viewers, left-wingers, right-wingers that all know the billionaires suck and the billionaires have bought the government and they want something different. So they'll understand that Trump isn't delivering anything. And when they're with us in the streets, we're going to change the country.
I appreciate all the hopefulness. Is there anything else that you would want to add for viewers?
These scumbags are honoring Paul Singer, their chair, today. Paul Singer is the most evil vulture fund investor. He buys sovereign debt from countries at pennies on the dollar and then inflicts austerity on them. He literally intercepted food aid from the UN that was supposed to go to starving children during a famine in the Congo to pay his Park Avenue hedge fund. He's the worst of the worst, and he's the honoree tonight. Woo! You fucking fascist! Scumbag! Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Fucking shit! Hello! Shame on you! Tax the rich! Tax the rich! You fuck human! Shame on you!
Ever since the 1970s, the Manhattan Institute has been at war against workers. It has been at war against immigrants. It has been at war against families. And it has been at war against working class people across this country. Today, they are honoring a man named Paul Singer. That's right. Paul Singer has bought off the Trump administration and the Republican Party.
So you are one of the organizers of this event. Why did you organize this protest at Cipriani tonight?
I think what we're seeing right now, this has been happening for a long time, but I feel like we've reached the peak of the billionaire takeover of our country, of our economy, of our institutions. And right now we're standing, right in front of Cipriani's, where the Manhattan Institute, which is basically the brain trust behind a lot of the policies that we're seeing now in terms of deregulating industries, privatizing public services, and pushing for tax breaks while really gutting the social safety net that working people depend on. So it's really about unveiling who those people are and being present, and also saying that people are ready to fight back.
Absolutely. And the Manhattan Institute is a conservative think tank. But do you feel like Democrats are also part of this whole same ecosystem? They're not really here tonight, not really represented, but do you feel like it's still, they're part of the billionaire?
Definitely. I think the result of what we saw in the election is really the disenfranchisement of working class people and feeling like they haven't been represented by the Democratic Party, So it's almost, if democracy isn't working for people, if it's not feeding their families, if it's not housing them, then they're going to go for the strong man who says, yes, I can solve your problems and here's an alternative, and it's not the status quo. And we've seen Democrats really advocate for the status quo, which in New York City, and we have a Democratic supermajority in the Senate, we have a Democratic majority in the Assembly, a Democratic governor, and we're are still one of the most unequal places in the world where 1 in 10 kids are homeless, you know? So I think if the Democratic Party really wants to win back the working class, it has to center them at, you know, in their policies and in the things that they advocate for.
Shame on you! 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 Fuck you! Free Palestine! Shame on you! Free Palestine!
And we're here today, no matter our faith tradition or no faith tradition, however you believe or don't believe. I think that we're all here today because we hear that cry. And we're not here to take power from the billionaires. We are here to show them what real power looks like. These people at the Manhattan Institute have given up on the world. They know that their economic policies are basically a war against nature, against humanity, against all life. We are here because we believe that a better world is possible. We're here because we can envision a future of abundance and cooperation and justice.
I'm here because all of our faith traditions tell us that greed is wrong. Billionaires, people who are taking more than they need, it destroys communities, it destroys the earth, and really it destroys the soul of the person who's taking more than they actually need. And all of our faith traditions tell us that. The Buddha names greed as the first poison that infects the heart and the mind of an individual. The Bible has hundreds, if not thousands, of verses about greed being wrong, that we need to take care of the poor. There's so much in the Bible about justice and equity. All of the faith traditions have this, and so that's why I'm here. You know, it's not my favorite thing to come and wag a finger at individuals, but we need to speak up. We need to speak up for justice. We need to speak up for the inequity and the raping and the pillaging of the earth. I mean, in all ways, the destruction is just going on, and it's all for wealth. It's all for greed, and something's got to change.
Absolutely. What are you hoping to have tonight, disrupting this dinner?
You know, I'm hoping that the people walking through the door have I hope their hearts open up. I hope that they can see the ill of their ways and I mean the vast destruction that their money and their power is enabling, and that there are real human beings out here who are righteously angry and oppressed. And I hope that people can open their eyes and open their hearts, because this is no way to live.